it's a record high closing for Dow. In fact, the Dow closed at record high after losing 100 points after Fed officials did calm down the markets on the fear of rise in bond yields. In fact, the US 10-year bond yield did rise to a one-year high, hitting 1.4% mark before pairing some of the increase there. There was the sell-off in technology stocks did ease, and rotation in cyclical stocks did continue. Dow closed 1.35% higher, just shy of 32,000 mark on the back of dovish US Fed comments. S&P rose 44 points, Nasdaq rose 133 points to 13,598, and Dow futures were up overnight by over 85 points. In Asia also, the stocks in Asia Pacific were rather upbeat on the back of strong global cues. Japan's Nikkei rose close to around 1.65%. Topix index was up close to around 1.3%, and South Korea's Kospi was also up close to around 2%. Stocks in Australia also were upbeat, which was up nearly around 0.8%. In Europe also, we did see a good amount of upbeat sentiment there, as European stocks did rise on the back of upbeat German exports and stronger than expected Eurozone economic growth. FTSE and CAC were up 0.5% and 0.3% respectively, while DAX was up close to around 0.8%. Solid construction activity did help Europe's biggest economy to grow stronger than expected, 0.3% in the fourth quarter. Travel stocks also jumped close to around 1.9% to a near one-year high on the back of optimism around major countries lifting some of the COVID lockdown induced restrictions. Telecom Italia in fact it surged close to around 9.2% after it said profits and sales should stabilize this year. Stock 600 closed higher by nearly around 0.5%. Oil also rose on Wednesday as US output was slow to return post the deep freeze in Texas shut crude production last week. Brent crude rose close to around 2.83% to settle slightly higher at $67.22 per barrel. WTI crude futures were also up nearly around 0.5% and were trading close to around $63.5 a barrel. Gold was however steady in trade. If you look at the gold, it was steady at nearly around $1,800 dollars per ounce, and US gold futures were largely flat at slightly shy of the $1,800 per ounce at $1,798 an ounce. So yes, overall quite a lot of upbeat sentiment in trade, and we are seeing good amount of strong global cues.